In today's video, I'm going to take you on an in-depth tour of the P38 Range Rover. When this was new, it had a price tag of 161,000 Australian dollars, making it the most expensive SUV you could buy in the mid-1990s. This particular one is special because it was transferred to Range Rover's Special Vehicles division, where it was finished to this bespoke autobiography personalisation, an ultra opulent version of the Range Rover, which was marketed towards a celebrity clientele. I'll explain more later in the video about the autobiography personalisation, because this is going to be an in-depth tour of the P38. We're going to talk about its exterior design, interior features, engine specifications, and then I'm going to drive it. So an overview on the P38 Range Rover. It was the second generation, replacing the Range Rover Classic, and it was in production from 1994 to 2001. The P38 was a huge leap forward over its classic predecessor that was in production for about 20 years. In terms of styling, refinement, cabin ergonomics, off-road capability, and safety and technology, the P38 was a huge improvement until it was replaced by the L322 in late 2001. Okay, so what is autobiography personalisation? Well, according to Land Rover Special Vehicles, it was the ability for customers to write their own story. The program allowed customers to select a number of different luxury features on the range-topping 4.0 and 4.6 HSE. Your P38 was sent off to Land Rover Special Vehicles, and without changing the body, they would carefully disassemble the panels, prepare it for paint, and according to Land Rover, you could pick any colour out of the rainbow. You could also spec your P38 with the latest technology, like an inbuilt satellite navigation system, a VSH player with rear entertainment installed, as well as some additional bespoke luxury features like picnic tables. For the steering wheel, there were 3 colours to choose, and 3 colours for the electric Windsor leather chairs. All beautifully hand-stitched to perfection, the same bespoke craftsmanship you'd find on a Rolls Royce. And lastly, you had 10 timber surroundings to choose from. To source an autobiography is very hard, as they were really rare, especially in Australia, which is why I've borrowed this 1997 P38 from Unique Motor Garage. It is for sale amongst all their other modern classic and prestige cars at their showroom located in Sydney, Australia. Feel free to check out Unique Motor Garage in the description below, but for now, let's continue on with the tour. Okay, so now the walk around tour. At the front, we've got a clamshell bonnet, as well as the rectangular block lights. The early models had the orange indicators, and being an autobiography, it had colour-coded bumper bars. And on the side, it rides on 18-inch alloy wheels, the Ferrari modern style wheels, the 5-spoke alloy design. Again, the colour-coded bumper bars, which look much better than the plastic ones you got on the standard HSE. The boxy rear taillights and a gold autobiography badge on the back. As you would expect from a car designed in the mid-90s, the cabin does look outdated. However, the P38 was offered with features you'd find in a luxury executive car from the era. Features like cruise control, electric seats, an electric power sunroof, an automatic gearbox, and electric windows. These are very basic items compared to what you'd get on a Range Rover these days, but back in the 1990s, these were considered as luxury features, never seen on any off-road vehicle. But because this is an autobiography version, that definitely helps with the appearance. You have two-tone Lightstone Windsor leather with the special autobiography burgundy leather seats. You also have burr walnut trim used extensively throughout the cabin. You have a timber steering wheel, additional wood grain through the center console, which includes a special autobiography monogram, and timber inserts inside the instrument cluster, unique to the autobiography. Unique to the Range Rover Vogue, we've got a 2-piece tailgate design. That button pulls that down, and if I pull this up, fold that away, from what I can see, I've got space for 2 or maybe 4 suitcases back here. So pretty much I think it's on par to many modern SUVs in terms of the capacity. So let's check out the engine bay. Out of the 3 engine choices that were available in the P38, this example I have here is the range-topping 4.6 litre Rover V8 driven by a 4-speed automatic gearbox. This engine produces 157 kilowatts of power and 358 newton meters of torque. Okay, so what's the P38 like to drive? Well, the first thing you're going to notice, you have a command driving position ahead of you. You sit really high up, and it is a bit of a climb to get in the car. These days, every manufacturer builds an SUV, so of course they've improved in terms of their quality, refinement, and driving capabilities. So the driving experience, well, it does feel heavy, especially when you brake, you can feel the weight. And acceleration, look, I think it's decent for the age of the car. For something naturally aspirated and 25 years old, and the engine block itself is pretty ancient. So if I put my foot down, so obviously the car doesn't move that much, but compared to a Range Rover Classic, this feels very car-like. The air suspension makes the car sit nicely on the road. It is almost as refined as a W140 Mercedes S-Class or a Jaguar XJ from the mid-1990s. It's a pretty remarkable piece of engineering. P38s are becoming extremely rare to find, especially in this autobiography specification. It represents a great example of what Range Rover were capable of in the 90s, building the ultimate coach-built SUV that could pretty much dominate any road or terrain. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.